Welcome, dear siblings. We have gone far in our journey through the major arcana, and now, with the momentum of the chariot and strength, we have climbed up to the cliff of the Hermit. To begin, let us encounter the Hermit as our dear companion Natura embodies them, along with her reflections on the Hermit. Natura tells us, in the cooling air, the sun has set, and the mists swirl and encircle as a robed figure slowly emerges from a copse of tightly spaced trees. The Hermit is here to direct you towards those things you might not want to acknowledge, but need unveiling, examining, and possibly overcoming. The Hermit advises you to look within. Her lantern casts light upon the balance between masculine and feminine. The Hermit knows of your travels thus far, from your fool's frivolity, your questing of love, your traveling from strength. You must light the way for yourself within, taking a break from the mundane, reflecting on yourself, meditating, and likewise growing in understanding of yourself and your path, both behind and ahead, finally attaining the knowledge of when you need to look inward and glean those nuggets of wisdom from your trials. Wise words are carved above the entrance to the Temple of Delphi. Know thyself. As Doreen Valiente wrote, "And you who seek to know me, know that the seeking and yearning will avail you not unless you know the mystery. For if that which you seek, if you find it not within yourself, you will never find it without." Oh, Natura, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I dreamed of having you in our encounter with the Hermit, and also pestered you quite a bit to have it. I pestered you. As bits of your magic are sprinkled throughout all of the tarot plea videos, and even our little hermit troll Edda is dressed in magical trinkets from you. And then, beyond my wildest dreams, you gifted us with these words and your embodiment of the Hermit. Thank you so very much. Now we shall unwrap another marvelous gift from our wonderful companions, Marion Marou and Leah. We now meet the Hermit as Marion met him, with her art and poetry read by Leah.
Withdraw yourself from all those thousands outer things. Rest in your cave, and from the stillness, grounding, lift up the treasures of a deeper knowledge. Go through the darkness. Your gaze enlightens the stones around you and makes the walls translucent so that you realize the bliss. This is the blessing of the Hermit.
Thank you so much, Marou and Leah. I cannot stop gazing upon your Hermit's face. So pure, serene, meditative. Oh, perfect. I love this. Thank you. And now another precious gift. For upon the sweet autumnal breeze, our lovely companion Mary now unveils from her heart her encounter with the Hermit.
The rain has finally returned, and with this change in seasons comes an open invitation to retreat indoors, light a candle, and do some much-needed introspection. And there's no need for a cheesy segue here. This is precisely the invitation of the Hermit. Through self-reflection, we can uncover deep wisdom and shed light on hidden truths. It can be helpful to learn from others to glean their understanding, but solitude is also a powerful teacher. Removing all the extra voices and energies from the equation can really help you to hone in on your own understanding. Because how can you move forward with trust in yourself when you don't know who you are? How can you trust that inner voice when you don't recognize it from the others? Taking that time in solitude to gain understanding does not indicate defeat. I think of the remarkable old tortoises that live to exorbitant ages carrying these shells on their backs. In the same way, you can use introspection and solitude to your advantage.
Oh, my Mary, the imagery you capture here. I adore the way you go out into the world with your hands open, catching drops of delight and meaning. It is so miraculous. Thank you. So, let's have a quick check-in with our little Ursula and her journey through the world of tarot. Ursula and Kufel have received new strength, and Lady Ragnall directed them to journey back towards the mountains of the Zero Portal, which is where Ursula entered into this realm and where her fool's journey began. And once there, to climb the highest mountain and meet with Merlin. But as they entered the observatory on the highest peak, they did not find Merlin, but instead a kind elderly woman who said, "My brother is not here, but I guard this place of stargazing while he is away. For I, Gwendyth, also study the stars." Kufel did not greet this woman with caution, as he had all of the others they had encountered. No, he instead bounded up to her with excited affection and promptly curled up in her warm lap and fell asleep as she gently stroked his coppery fur. "I am glad to meet you," Ursula said, feeling how deeply she meant this all the way to her toes. "May I ask you a question?" Gwendyth smiled, and her eyes stared deeply into Ursula's own, but she did not answer with words. Ursula continued, "So much has happened, and I have happened. I just keep happening. I am different. I am the same, but also I am not." Gwendyth's eyes now moved from Ursula's eyes to the brilliant beaming lantern. Ursula could not put words to what this meant, but she felt it, strong, certain, resolute, yet flowing within her. She looked up now at Ursa Major, bright within the sky. Gwendyth also looked and said, "The Great Bear Mother is coming." And as she pronounced this, Ursa Major came down from the heavens like a ladle, scooping up Ursula and carrying her up into the expansive dark brilliance of the firmament. Ursula abandoned herself to the rush and the might of these stars, leaving Kufel curled in Gwendyth's lap, her heart calm and her mind open, vast, focused. "Ah, So it seems that Ursula has begun a time of deep reflection that is carrying her up into space beyond time. Next, we have an exciting gift from our sweet companion, Joanna. She shares with us a peek into the prehistoric world she has imagined, where her protagonist meets with the archetype of the hermit in its pure, ancient form.
The Hermit. Cold wind, colder still the snow and rock. Stood barefoot, the figure held the light up to illuminate what was to be found in the darkness. Car, shadow of the stag. No? It barely carried above the thin rush of the air, but it remained strong. No, not now, but not yet Car. Not yet Car has chosen, not yet Car has not yet become. Not yet Car does not know, not yet Car seeks guidance. Crumpled, the smaller figure looked up. Nah, and paused, thinking a moment. Car's had the vision. Car has a name. Not yet Car has a name, repeated the taller figure from behind the light. Car would hear it. This was not how it was supposed to go. It was supposed to be easy. It was supposed to be that the learner found the teacher, not the other way around, and not in the dark. Moondancer. Car saw. Car's tracked. Car comes to save you now. And Shadow of the Stag stepped closer to lift Moondancer from the floor. Except no hands were laid. An arm was merely offered. Car does not impose. Car offers. Not yet Car wishes to be of the ways, and so not yet Car must learn what can be taught, see what can be seen, borrow what can be borrowed, and give what can be given. But not yet Car is not forced. Not yet Car must choose to accept. Or not. That is the way of things. Can Car take Car's weight? Shadow of the Stag smiled warmly in the frost beneath the watery moon, from behind the light cast by a burning twist of vegetable material, enclosed by a wickerwork of leaves to prevent the wind from blowing it out, and magnified as if into a star by the whirl of ice crystals passing every now and again. Shadow of the Stag brought the left arm into view, clutching a strong-looking stave of well-preserved wood. That this figure had wood was sign enough of prowess and skill, but that it was so thick and strong was sign of more yet to come. Moondancer took the arm and hauled upright. Shadow of the Stag seemed impressively strong for one so bent and old-looking. Some of Moondancer's wonder showed. Do not be surprised, not yet Car. When Car is of the ways long enough, Car learns to bend with the winds while keeping strong like the bear or the lion, to hunch with the cold but be warm like the hyena or mammoth, to grow old with the years but stay supple and keen like the wolf or the reindeer. Shadow of the Stag spoke softly, but with confidence. There was no mistaking Car's words, or Car's pace. Not yet Car is of the night. It is in the name. For a dance for the moon cannot be had truly in the day when the sun is jealous. Car is of the day, because one cannot have a shadow without the light. Look once now at the way. It is narrow and dangerous. Not yet Car sees through the night, and so the light will blind. Car sees with the light, and is fenced in by the dark. Both will follow the steps as they are seen. Neither will plan. Both will learn. Neither will need to count the rocks, nor worry for the future. The storm suddenly increased in tempo. There is truth in the thunder, love in the lightning. It feels frightening, and yet it is exciting, continued Shadow of the Stag as they walked on, a tremendous pace in Moondancer's estimation. We run toward the hills to avoid the high flood, and there shall be a dance to make the sky cry blood, skills provoking seals to be broken open. Car sings a cyclone. Car brings a whirling sea, and Shadow of the Stag was suddenly in full voice, rising above the storm itself with haunting melody and piercing notes. It seemed as though the path they were on widened, as though Shadow of the Stag was calling it forth, as though it had simply always been there, and the terror was gone. Moondancer saw the wisdom then, saw the path plainly though it was dark, and the moon hid La Face in the clouds, and through the light of the flame flickered and guttered. The song, the music, the words, they changed the world. And so Moondancer spent the first of many walks in the companionship of the lonely, old, and wise Shadow of the Stag, learning what could be taught, seeing what could be seen, borrowing what could be borrowed, and learning that giving away replenished what one had in many ways, so that Moondancer became of the ways, and Shadow of the Stag increased in wisdom.
Ooh, Joanna! I was transported. Thank you so much for sharing your vision of our eldest ancestors. Oh, beautiful. I am excited to read more about this captivating world you have created as your story unfolds. Thank you so much. And now, dear siblings, our time with the hermit has ended. But only for a bit, as you know. And we prepare to ride the wild, careening merry-go-round that is the Wheel of Fortune. If you would like to join us in our Tarot Plea Major Arcana journey, there is information in the description box below. And if you would like to see more, please like, comment, and subscribe. Because next week, we will unveil the Wheel of Fortune, and I can't wait to see what that gamble of a spin will bring us. I wish to thank our miraculous companions, Natura of the Mists, Marion Marou, Leah, Joanna, and Mary, for giving of their time and of their inner self to make this project a reality. I am so grateful, humbled, and awed by y'all. And I thank my lucky stars to be blessed with your friendship, truly. So, until next time, we will see y'all later.